Hello? Hello? Okay, my audio is working. Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly, didn't mean to click on whatever that was, pop up my camera, because that's the only way I can think of to, one, stream games, and two, be able to show you my other device. I'll show you right now. So this is my Chromebook. I'm actually gonna quickly turn off nightlight just so everyone can see it better. So I'm not gonna go too into it, but I have a queue of like how to draw like different types of character sheets and stuff. And basically, what I'm gonna do is, in the background, you're not really gonna hear any of it. I'll be listening to these videos to figure out how to make a character sheet for my Webtoon. And then I have this thing called Milanote, not sponsored. I don't get sponsored by anything. It's the free version, so I only have 100 notes, but that's fine. So I'm got a fresh new one. Sorry. And the reason I want to have this up is so you can see the note, like, in its entirety. Because it looks better when it's on a big screen and not on my phone. But, yeah. So it's called Dystopian Lovers. I will show you right now. This is all my Webtoon stuff. But I have a series called Dystopian Lovers. And funny thing is, it's mature. And my account, I cannot read mature things. So I quite literally cannot go into my, like, read my own comic. But that's fine because while editing, on my thing, while I'm editing, I can do the preview and then read it that way. But I just find it funny that I quite literally am not allowed. Now, I do have a behind-the-scenes one right here. And I'm doing that to get criticism and like suggestions on the consistency of my characters and other things. But mainly right now, consistency of my characters. Because that's what I'm struggling with and why I'm trying to make a character sheet. I only have one character thought up of appearance-wise. And I haven't come up with much about her story or whatever. But, yeah. And this is just a, what you call it. So I actually found a solid color generator. Here's the thing if you want it. And you can do it in any size you want, in any color. It's a solid color one. But you can download, both of the download things works for this. So I just put, and I used that to quickly make the, just like a solid color, thumbnails. Because I had to have thumbnails, and that's like, it's not like as a placeholder thumbnail, I mean. In the future, I'll go and change them to actual drawings I make. But I want it to, you know, like, exist, you know? But yeah. I am going to go on here. Sorry, I just don't like to have my screen bright at all. I turned off the nightlight mode on my Chromebook. And my Chromebook's really old. Like, it doesn't auto-update anymore old. Like, 10 years old. I mean, over 10 years. And for a while, it finally got fixed. On the video producer screen, I couldn't scroll up or down no matter what I did. But now that's finally fixed, so I can upload it directly to YouTube way easier than stealing someone else's device. I'm gonna start on Milnote and just get all the information about my character there. I'll start with appearance. Let's start with appearance. Sorry, I'm doing this on my phone, so I'm not very steady. Hold on, I can't spell. You better be right. Okay, I'm signing out of Grammarly, I get it. I'll do that later. It's fine, I know what it's supposed to be. So there we go, appearance. Black hair. It's kind of hard to type because I have a phone in one hand. Hold on, let me go to her there. I don't know. I haven't decided. I don't know if I decided. Like bright blue. What would I call this color? Ice? I'm gonna go with like ice blue. I mean, I have the color saved, so I don't need to worry too much. Like her base colors. Like medium skin tone? Maybe, like, I don't know. I have the color saved, so at least I know exactly which tone. So medium skin tone. Then we have very, like, suit jacket or whatever you call it. I think that's what that thing's called. I used a reference for this. Like, basic pants. Like just normal pants. I'll zoom in. That'll make things easier, I think. Dark color scheme. I'm just writing down stuff about the character because I feel like that'll really, because I was suggested to write things about their, like, personality and stuff and other things like that. Like gold accents. I'm really sorry, I can't spell. I have that thing, like, where my brain, it just spells things how they're said, and I, like, just literally cannot turn that off. But, that's all appearance things. And then I will need another note. I can overlap it. Personality I do not know if I've already come up with a personality yet. But I don't really care. Because whatever it is, I don't remember it, so very clearly not that. I haven't thought up basically anything. I think definitely like a serious personality. Well, I don't need to say personality. Serious? Like kind. Autistic. So far, this is just my personality. I gotta add something that's not anything like me. It might be actually kind of hard for me to make non-autistic characters because I don't really know anything about what it's like to not be autistic, so this is annoying. Personality. What's a personality trait that I don't have? Well, I gotta give a couple negative traits. But not one that I have personally. Because then it will just be my personality. Let me see. What do I envision this character like? I would think stubborn, but I think I might be kind of stubborn, but this character would definitely be stubborn. I can't spell anything, I'm sorry. I'll edit my spelling later. What else would this character be like? Let me look at the character, maybe that'll help me. Ooh, I know. I'm very, what do you call it? Expressive. Even when I try not to be. But how about, like monotone, like really monotone? I'm making a very serious character, but that's fine, because that's kind of what I was going through for when I drew her. Needs another negative trait. I cannot for the life of me, my mind is blanking on negative personality traits. Let me look it up. So far, I haven't done any drawing yet. Ooh, apathetic. I know what that means, I think. I can look at it right now. Oh, I mean, I can always change things later. I gotta say, cynical. Yeah, they gotta be cynical. This is the most serious character, like a really serious character, gotta be cynical. The good things and, like, what do you call it? Things that are not good or bad, and also the bad, all have to kind of work together, because that's how people develop. They don't really, some people have, like, when you grow up, like, I'm sorry, I suck at talking. I mean, I suck at processing things. That's what's messing me up. When someone goes through, like, multiple experiences, not necessarily traumatic ones, and you become like really serious, like, or with like other attributes. Usually your negative ones are from the same experiences, so they have to kind of go hand in hand. And if you experience some contradictory situations, like, then you might have some contradicting traits. But like, okay, that's more than enough traits, I feel like. Okay. Now that I have that, that definitely makes it, like, it easier to draw. I have one drawing of this character. I'm going to Pinterest. I don't know why, but that's the only place where it has like a lot of references, lined up. This is so unfocused. What's wrong? Um Did it just auto log in for me? Damn. Um Character reference. Might as well go to sheet poses, because I think that means like character sheets specifically. Or at least it just gives me a ton of them. But what I'm going to do is, probably in the background, I will continue listening to my videos.
I recommend you take this step before you draw the individual elements of the ref sheet, but you can also do it after the main elements are already drawn. So let's move back into Milanote. It can be really helpful to have some reference sheets from other people to look at for inspiration, so I pull those into Milanote and add credits with links leading directly to the artist's socials. This is really great if you use artist reference, and also, honestly, for anything that you don't want to forget the original source of. These reference sheets are from people on my Discord who agreed to let me use them here. Shout out to
Ooh,
you guys, you have some seriously
front,
fancy art
like
skills and
basic front and back reference. That'll be very useful.
Milanote with the link below to use as inspiration for your own layouts. I
Um,
also added some of my own character reference sheets as well. To make it look more organized, I dragged the images into columns so they're all nicely aligned. And of course, I have purple because have you looked at me? What fun
oh, so that's like a buying thing.
for your reference sheet. For my own OCs, I kind of have a set way to do it so it looks consistent, so I don't actually need to figure it out this time. Instead, I'm just gonna pretend I'm making a new sheet with no layout in mind yet, probably like most of you guys. To do this, I basically
I saved to my
to be on the sheet in Milanote first to organize.
thing.
I take a sketch panel and sketch out the character's body, then I use the drawing tool and add sketches of her head, eye, and also a color swatch. These are
Save image. Okay, so that'll bring me to my files.
block out which elements go where and how big they need to be. Then I add a heading, some notes, and reorganize it until the layout.
Okay, worked, I think.
Basically, you want to make sure it's not too crowded, but also not empty, and that the things don't overlap too much, so the spaces are evenly filled. Then you can use it as a guide to organize your finished drawings and information on the actual
Okay,
later.
add image,
With a friend or a group,
upload my own.
board with them so you're always on the same page. You guys are invited to check out this board and ask your questions with the comment function if you have anything to ask after watching this video. Thanks again to Milanote for sponsoring this video, and don't forget you can sign up for free with no time limit with the link below to organize your creative projects. Wow, that was so smooth. Oh my god, it's actually time to make the art. For my sheets, I always do a full body drawing with a pretty neutral pose, a couple of head angles.
For now, I'm just putting her up.
Close-up
on the
Also,
references.
for detail,
And what happens is I'm going to go to
ask me what level of detail you should go for.
Pinterest here. I just did that so that I could put it on. I just
Answer. Really depends
went on Pinterest on my thing so I can, look at it there.
AOT character sheets
It's right here.
so that's also the level of detail I aim for, just in my style and
Download the image.
The same thing goes for shading. I stick mostly to cell shading for my reference sheet since it's easier to color pick from, and for the extra expressions, I usually put flat colors to save time. If you're making a ref sheet for a character that's supposed to be modeled and rendered in 3D, it might be helpful to fully shade and render the drawing so that it can be used as reference for the shaders and materials. I think if it's for personal or commissions / art trades,
I feel like I'm basically just kind of making a turnaround first, which is a type of character sheet, but that's fine. So I gotta lock that layer. And get a actual pencil. And then I'm gonna have to save that. But good thing this is up because now I can delete this from my photos so it doesn't take up a shit ton of space. But what else I'll do is I will save this, which is the only the first drawing I ever made of this character. So I guess it's just kind of the experimental drawing. I'll do a PNG. I don't know the difference between PNG and J blah blah blah. But I'm just doing that so I can save the image to my camera. Then I'll be able to drop the image in here as a reference to draw the front thing. There we go. So it recommends the first thing I do is the front facing one. So I'm going to work on that one first. And in the background while I draw, I will be listening to this, which is just a bunch of stuff explaining how to make the turnarounds and reference sheets and model sheets or whatever you call them. But yeah, probably listen to some other stuff, but that's it. I'm gonna start drawing.
Shading style, but if you want to render it, why not? In that case, I would recommend putting a color palette of the flat colors onto the sheet though, or keep an unshaded version of the drawing on the sheet for clarity's sake. For the expressions, I always pick ones that fit my character's personality well. For example, my OC Aster is an egotistical man who has a temper, so he got either smug, neutral, or...
Ooh, on appearance, I should probably do the shape of the face, but this is just the what you call it. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. What is it called when an artist makes the first design? Concept art. That's it. The thing is, it doesn't matter if it changes a little bit from this, because that's just the concept art. But I know that the face is rounded. Okay, I need a different color. But not black. I don't want to sketch with black. I'm going to steady my stroke because I'm drawing with my fingers, and also, I'm just not the best at that. Okay, I'm gonna go here and try to... Hold on, I'm gonna unlock that layer so I can transform it. I'm going to make it, let's just say as big as I'm able to. I'm actually going to duplicate this so that I can get like lower body things later. But yeah, transform. Let's start with the front facing upper body. Because drawing smallly isn't one of my strong suits. So let's see. Like a rounded face. I'm just going to use my draw style oval for this real quick. Okay, and then I'm going to just transform that to a good spot for now. Steady my stroke. This is my rough sketch. I'm going to turn up my thing even more. Then I need to make like a hairline, which I'll probably get a reference for. But let me just mark out the basic area. I'm going to actually lower my steady stroke. There we go. Eyes, nose, mouth. Just like a basic idea of where it is. Now, style-wise, I might not be very consistent because I just haven't really truly found my style or mastered the style or whatever, but a very like what you call it, curved shoulder. I can definitely make some changes. Can't really tell how the torso looks, but I'm just gonna say it's like wide, I guess. Kind of like that. This is my rough sketch. I'll do a more cleaned up one. But of course, she got boobs. And I suck at drawing hair. That's my basic part. And I'm going to clean up the sketch I have now. Then I'm going to try to sketch the hair, which is going to take me forever. Because the thing is, this is all currently concept art until I... So, till I actually post the first episode, technically this is all concept art. So I'm not too worried. The whole point of this is to be consistent, but the thing is, I don't know, this is just like a really basic character, and that's like my first drawing of it, first concept art, so I can definitely make some differences. And there's no telling if I'll actually put a drawing in the, whatchamacallit, character sheet. I'll be working on my character sheets for, like, quite a while, I feel like. I'm kind of cleaning up this basic sketch. I'll make a detailed sketch later, but, right now I'm just cleaning up my base sketch. As a basic sketch, I need to keep the lines. The, like, guidelines. Because that's still the basic sketch. I'm just cleaning it up slightly so it's less messy, because I'm a very messy drawer. Okay.
Didn't give him any sad or scared expression because I don't ever see him.
Okay, so I'm going to go to my camera now. And also turn off nightlight. Because while I see with it fine, it just kind of hurts my eyes. So I'm going to get references for hair. And she has, like, very, like, long, flowy kind of hair in the concept art. And I really like that. And I also, am very going for, like, a very anime kind of style. Hold on, something got stuck under my fingernail. But, sorry that my hand's so damn shaky. Let me go to Pinterest. I'm really sorry, but I don't need very much light to see my screens, like, well. So, ooh, I like this one. of like a weapon, because it's like a post-apocalyptic thing, and that's definitely what happened. Hold on, that's already saved from in drawings, so. Okay, now that it's reloaded, I think it's only here once. It's this one, right? No, that's share. Let me click on it. Download. Go to Milanote. Add an image, upload the image. I definitely want to use this exact pose for one of the things on my thing. Because that is very much... Also, I love this. Because that is very much her. She's like... Maybe with a more calm, monotone looking expression, but like that pose is really much that person, you know? I can go through my actually saved ones. Because I do think I have a couple useful weapon ones. Like, ooh, this one with the bow and arrow. That one's really good for this. I am going to... cut. Paste. I'm gonna delete those two. But yeah, that one is downloaded. I need to turn up my screen a little bit. My battery's going down so much faster when I ice things up. Ooh, and these are a bunch of like gun poses, which in apocalyptic world, I think it's post-apocalyptic, I don't know, that's really useful. But yeah. I think at the very least this like expression is very much her. And I'm pretty sure I originally was like trying to do some concept art of like this, but I didn't finish it. And that's what I mean by I only have like one actually finished drawing of this character. By the way, this is my private one, like drawing references, so a little sneak peek in there for you guys. It's based on what this character would commonly like be, because it's like a reference. They would commonly be running in an apocalyptic world. Oop, it kind of restarted. I'm going to do a turnaround, but I'm also going to, do like a basic multiple different poses. I'm doing various weapons. I don't know what their main weapon would be yet. Or her. I don't know. I don't know what their gender is either. But, I have gotten quite a couple ones. Cut. Paste. Okay. At least I finally started. That's really nice. So the thing is, this character is only autistic. And the problem with that is I am autistic, so I do have some insight of what it's like. But I also have ADHD, so it's a bit my experience is a bit different than people with just autism. So I am going to do some research on that. I need to anyway, because I kind of have that, and I kind of need to know what's going on in my brain. But, yeah. This reference is actually a really good, like, front-facing one I could use for the turnaround if I wanted to, but then I would have to carry over the knife, I think? Which is fine, because, like, weapons are good for that character. But, I think the point is to, like, do these top basic poses for the turnaround, so I'll save that for the non-turnaround one. But, yeah, my thing's gonna need to charge soon, which is annoying, but, let's see. I need to work on the sketch more. Let's see. Eyes. Very just basic anime eyes. I am going to get a reference for those. I'm just going to look on here. May I reference? I don't think I have any of those yet. Ooh, like front facing is very good. Oh, I have that saved? Where? Oh, to me 2024. Never mind. I'll just save that to drawing as well. And these are some like third perspective. I already have it saved to drawing? Okay. Oh yeah, and this is, I already have that saved. It has like some emotions on it, which is nice. Ooh, a shading tutorial, that'll be useful. I already have that saved to drawing. I guess I'll go to drawing now. Because that's where I have some of these references saved. Because when it's saved on my thing already, I can just find it on my big thing, so that's fine. Shading tutorial, download that. Ooh, I could use this character profile. Like, in Milano, I think, pretty well. And this one's was removed by the creator. And it looks like that I might have that. No. I am going to do well, this is actually not my pin, so I don't know. Okay, but that's deleted off my thing. Okay, that's good. Because that's unavailable and I'll never be able to use it anyway. The emotion will be helpful because I need to capture the emotion of that character better. Also removed by the creator. Annoying. Okay, now I need to go back to the top and then also use this. Let me see. It's very round. So anything that is that's not a oh, hold on. I need to up the size. This isn't a good reference. That's not a good reference. None of the ones on this side are even slightly good. It might be if I need to like close the eyes, but I'm doing like a wide-eyed of their roundness. That is very, very round. Let me see, like thick eyelashes. I'm just gonna pick the one I think looks the best. I don't think I like this one as much as the others, at least for her. This one, the like eyelashes or whatever are really thick, and I don't feel like that's a good idea. And the other one, I feel like the eyelashes just look better too. So that's gonna be my reference for the eyes. Because this is currently concept art, and then I'll just decide. I'm doing poses I think would be good for the thing, but if it's not, then I just might not put it in the thing. But um but okay. Okay, I am going to start sketching that a bit. And I'm going to need to plug this in soon.
Consider is how expressive your character actually is. For example, I have twin OCs who are very different personality-wise. Dusa is more calm but also a bit cold. She doesn't really show much of what she feels on her face, so her expressions are pretty neutral. Whereas Deus is an open book. He loves flirting, joking around, and you can also definitely tell when he's upset. Also, I love traumatized expressions. So with color choices, I don't mean the colors you pick for your character, But for the background and design elements of the sheet, honestly, this is a pet peeve of mine, but every time I get a sheet like this for a commission, I wish to cancel my subscription for life. Please don't put completely white backgrounds on your sheet. Think of our eyeballs. When people use a ref sheet to draw your character, they will go back and forth between looking at their artwork and your sheet, so it can be very irritating if the sheet is lasering out their eyeballs. This also goes for extremely bright or saturated colors as well. Please do not put a green screen as the background. Personally, I stick to a slightly bluish gray background for my reference sheets, since that doesn't take away attention or mess with the color perception of the designs.
Ooh, I got not a reference, a suggestion to do like a bluish gray, like a light bluish gray as the background of like a character sheet, so that it doesn't like take away too much and stuff. And I feel like that's a good idea to try.
Turnarounds are notoriously one of the hardest things you can do for a character sheet, but also they are super important in some industries. The basic way people make sure that the design elements of their character align at different angles is by drawing the front, side, and back all next to each other and placing horizontal lines onto the canvas to see where, for example, the chin would be. Honestly, I'm not an expert on this, but I was asked about it, so I thought I would at least mention it. There's probably some great tutorials on this if you search for them. Personally, the most I do is front and side views of the face, and for those I sometimes put the front facing angle on low opacity and sketch the side face onto or next to it, or I just wing it based on vibes. For me, that usually produces better results than the line method, though they may be inconsistent, so I wouldn't recommend it for turnarounds that are supposed to be accurate. If you'd like to see how I made some of my ref sheets, you can check out this playlist. I talk about the process in detail there. I hope this was helpful to you. Consider leaving a like or supporting me on Patreon if it was. You can get access to HD files of my art, brushes, time-lapses, PSD files, and more. I'm gonna go on a pause with this channel, so uploads may become very infrequent, but if you still want to keep up with my art, check out my Instagram or Blue Sky. I'm also gonna be joining my girlfriend's Twitch streams occasionally, so check her out. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my Patreons. Will out.
What if is a symptom that torments individuals with OCD?
What if I upset someone I love?
What if I have to think only happy thoughts?
Whether you're creating characters that only you will use for personal work, or especially if you're creating a character that will be handed off to someone else, it's usually not enough to create a single drawing or key pose and be on your way. Creating turnarounds or character sheets is a great way to establish things about your character thoroughly and figure out certain ambiguous things about them before you put them into use. Even so, you may have struggled in the past with turning a character around, so let's help you out with that and figure out a cool way to present the fuller picture of our characters.
So for a while, I'm just gonna spend, probably for a long while, will be spent on, probably because I'm not the fastest drawer. It'll probably take me a while, and also probably because I'm also indecisive. It'll probably take me a while to get all the concept art done for, like, the characters. Not every single character. Like one-off characters that, like, we might never see again. Probably won't take that long. But, specifically the main characters is what I mean. It'll take me quite a while to get all of their character sheets done. And also their concept art done. Because not all of the things I'm going to draw are going to feel right for their sheet. I'll do things I think would be good for the sheet. Like, I'm going to do a turnaround, which kind of limits you to basic front standing up, back standing up, side standing up, like possible 3/4 or whatever. I'll probably do that just to make it easier on myself in the future in case I need to draw that angle. Also because I don't know how to draw that angle very well. But probably going to spend a while on that, because the thing is, I'm going to spend a while on like just concept art. And the thing is, I'm going to be posting it on YouTube and stuff, of course, but also on Webtoon. I'm called Lifecraft Lore as well. And if you're unsure it's me, I'll have something called Dystopian Lovers up. And if you want, you can go there, and I have a behind the scenes thing where I will be, like, story where I will be posting all of my behind the scenes drawings, finished or not. And I will also be posting, my character sheets, all of them, like the finished character sheets, in case anyone is a fan of the series. And I'm probably not going to get a lot of fans, but like if anyone is to truly become a fan of the series, they will be able to like draw fan fiction if they wish.
I said a few months ago that I'm trying to spend more time on characters instead of, say, doing one illustration for them in a video and sort of worrying the excitement sound on and have to come up with something new for the next, to really develop more art of them. Some related elements like background, props, stuff like that, along with iteration. So the subject of our turnaround today is going to be David, which I think is appropriate. I've been working on a story to tell with him. He's got plenty of props, and he's also been following along the last few weeks the figurehead of my new project this year called Nico's Backpack. Among the new art-based stuff like this, check out more at patreon.com/BigRevenge. Now, I already have a few drawings, what we might call key poses. A key pose tells you something about the personality of the character. It puts them into action. It does some storytelling.
Okay, so there's this thing called a key pose, and apparently that's like showing their emotion and stuff. Like, so I should be focusing on making mostly those. And if they don't turn out how I want them, then they probably won't end up on the character sheet. And will probably just be, whatchamacallit, I keep forgetting what it's called. It's the step I'm on. You know, where prototyping or whatever, something like that.
To include on a character sheet, especially because turnarounds are usually rather static, technical diagrams. But when you only create key poses or in-action drawings, there's a lot of hand-waving you can do about details, how a piece of anatomy works, and stuff like that. With a turnaround, you are confronted face-to-face with your decision-making. Turnarounds are especially helpful if you'll be handing off a character to a modeler, or even an animator. It's a way of establishing not just how a character looks in multiple dimensions, but things like rules, what your character can and can't do. If they're stylized, what the limits of something like an exaggeration or expression are. This sheet from Adventure Time, for example, establishes what Jake the dog should and shouldn't do, even though he's a simplistic, shape-shifting dog. For this key pose of Bigo that's already done, everything is rendered and polished in this style that I'm really happy with. But for his turnaround, there will definitely be a presence of lines. Again, this is like a diagram, a tech spec. The purpose of the turnaround isn't necessarily to look nice, it's to be clear and accurate. My first step is going to be to draw Bigo from the front. And to keep him even, I'm going to keep the symmetry tool on for bulking out the main shapes. This will help us if we want a back view as well later on. As I do this, even though this particular drawing is flat, I'm thinking ahead to the future. What are the three-dimensional shapes that make him up? What's the placement and depth of these shapes? I'm going to create the backpack as well, but on a separate layer. That way I can remove it and keep him standalone if need be. Next, I'll begin to draw the side view of Biko. One of the basic tips for making turnarounds at this point is that horizontal lines should match up across your character.
Okay, I feel like those are some nice eyes for the character. I'll mess with the proportions a bit. Apparently turnarounds is like a separate sheet than the whatchamacallit, forgot what the sheets are called. It's like a sheet where like you just do like more dynamic poses and stuff, but I'm gonna save my current thing to my gallery. Turn around. I'll make a separate one for my like more dynamic character sheet.
From view to view. So if I were to draw a line across Biko's eyes in the front, they'll match up with the side view. A lot of times people struggle with the side view of their character at this point here. There's two reasons for this, and it comes down to construction and posture. If you're struggling with the way that your character looks from the side, try and get a better idea of what basic 3D shapes your character is made up from in a 3/4 or front view, and then try to flesh that out in a way that makes sense. Remember, start working big and generally, then add more details and complications to the form. With the posture of your character, a lot of times folks will draw their characters standing so rigidly that it doesn't follow the natural arc of someone standing. So for example, even though Biko here isn't human, the human shoulders, spine, and pelvis are not straight up and down when in a neutral position. The pelvis tilts forward, and the spine has an arc to it. So the same goes for the legs. Oftentimes legs are drawn too rigidly or the feet terminate too far forward. It might be helpful for you to start the side view of the character without the arm there at all, and simply make an indication for where the arm connects to the shoulder on the torso. Then later you can create a side view of the arm. Remember the orientation of the shape of something. So for example, if Biko's collar is sort of pointed downward, and we see a little at the top of it in the front view, that means that it will match that in the side. Now, since we have those out of the way, there's a relatively straightforward way to get most of the back view done. Since our view of the front is perfectly straight on, we can use the same silhouette, flipping it if it isn't perfectly symmetrical, and then filling in the interior details. Same idea as just now. Remember which way things are rotated and their orientation. If you haven't already done so, now is a great point to create a 3/4 view as well. To really flesh out this character's sheet, in addition to the key poses and turnaround, we might want to include detailed looks at any props that they have, multiple expressions, and poses that show the extent of their movement. Maybe there's some special circumstance with the character, like for Biko, he's made of this gelatinous healing substance. So I might want to record something like hat leaves an impression after being on his head when taken off, or something like that. I don't like that idea though. At the end here, I end up creating an easy-to-use color palette for all the flat shades to use with Biko, and I draw the gauntlets on their own so that you can see the little health symbol that glows if he's actually using that healing ability. Remember that the more that you add, the more you're helping either the person you hand it off to or yourself at a later stage. Especially when a character is going to be animated or used in a comic, sheets like this are an essential help. There were definitely points even in this process where you can sort of lose yourself or start drawing something that ends up being wildly inaccurate to the other views.
At US Bank, we know what really goes into reaching your milestones. That's why we introduced Cobras, which connects you to a real banker.
It has like simple line nose on the first concept art, so
The amount of precision that this process takes means that I'd advise you not to take this route with every character you draw. There's no
I would say
real
that this one.
dynamic, expressive drawings, and it is sort of restrictive. So leave this process for after you figured the character out through drawings that evoke their story and personality. Those things are most important. It's been a pretty nice year on character design for me. We started out talking about Kirby, we got tons of lovely updates to Procreate and walked you through how to use it. Finally launched my comic Parcel, did a whole new series on the fundamental principles of character design, talked about telling stories, burnout, how to be a craftsman out in the woods. Actually spent a lot of time in the woods. We finally fixed Sonic's design. built a new set in the same closet-sized office, redesigned the Crash Bandicoot universe, illustrated and animated the new intro and aesthetic of the channel, talked about same face syndrome, which kicked off several months of videos actually doing well again. Procreate brought me out to Lightbox, which was the most surreal, amazing time, and I hope to table there next year. We talked to Max, met Chris, hung with Omni, tormented Nick about Peppa Pig. We consulted with a professor of pseudoscience on how to get the bad drawings out, art that builds an audience. We crossed 100,000 subs. I guess the plaque is in the brought Tate on board both to help out and to head up some creative.
I will be, while I am, what are you doing it? What I mean, like, working on the concept art. One, I will be streaming that. I will also be, showing, posting it on Webtoon for anyone to see. And also to, criticize it, inconsistencies to make me better, to let me know what I need to fix and stuff. That's the whole point of why I'm posting those. But, what do you call it? Then I will be, on Wattpad, be writing and, the actual, story. And, when I've actually written enough of the story, it will be, not the whole story, but, parts of the story will probably be available on there. It depends on if I, kind of depends on what I want, you know? I don't really want to, spoil it? But also, something I do realize is that, doing it, I don't have Google Docs on here, but I already have Wattpad, so I might as well just use that and, keep it private and go away spam risk. I'm just gonna... Okay, a very round nose. This is a very round character. Okay. Save that to the gallery. I'm going to plug this in very soon. But that's fine because then it'll force me to take a break from drawing. Have I really been doing this for an hour? That did not feel like an hour. I probably should take a break then. It'll probably help me to not do it for too long. Let me just kind of get rid of that. I'm going to delete the reference for the nose. And for this reference for, the top of the body, because I already have that. But I'll keep the, OG one for the future. But, I will be deleting this photo. Deleting this. I'll delete that for now. And shading tutorial, I'll delete that for now. I'll also delete this because I already have that somewhere. But, I'm going to save this to gallery. Go to the gallery. Actually, I might need to, save this to photos. Share PNG. Save image. Hold on, I'm gonna actually do that. It'll say PNG, right? PNG is 49 MP. Or 14 MB. I don't... JPG. I want to do the best quality. Save image. I'm just gonna do the JPG one. And the thing is, I cannot upload it to Wattpad on my phone. So actually, let me go here. I'm actually gonna have to delete that. And I'm gonna have to do a JPG best quality. I want to just do the best quality for this. And then I'm going to have to save to files. Save to there. Go to my files. I'm gonna have to compress, delete that. I'm gonna have to share that to Gmail. What do you call it? Shall now delete this from my files because I don't have that much space on my phone. Now I need to go here. I sent it to my text chat story one. And then I have to go to my Gmail. Because I sent it there. Download. Cut. Paste. How do I uncompress? No, literally, how do I uncompress this? What the fuck? Extract all? I think it's this one. Cut. I cut that. Then I paste it. I will delete that. And I can see the image, so I think that's fine. .jpeg. That's .jpeg. I did... Hold on, I'm confused. I did, go away pop-up. I did, Oh, so that is allowed, JPEG. JPG and JPEG are both allowed. Select file to upload. Upload that file to... I X that out. KB out of 20 MB. I don't know which one's smaller, but I think that'll be fine. First full concept, that's what it's called. Concept drawing of dystopian lovers. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Character. I can't. Goddamn! I can't fucking spell. I'll fix that in a second. Tulok or whatever you call them. That's how you spell their name. I don't know how to say it because I don't know. Sign into Grammarly, please. Thought I was already signed in. Sign in with Google. I completely forgot which Google account I used because I have two. Like, two personal Google accounts. I'll use the one I use most often. Which... Well, it seems like it worked, so that's fine. Okay, I need to sign up, so I have to go back to sign in, please. So that's not the one I used. I'll use my other one. There we go. I'm signed in. What the fuck? Why does it say I'm not signed in? Continue. Okay, it's working. Finally. I think it's because I accidentally, reset my... Not reset, I, shut down. Or, factory reset, whatever you call it. To troubleshoot something, and it... Okay, that's taking a while to load. character to lock. So I want to schedule for later so I can figure out how it works. This is today. How about the 20th time zone? What would be a reasonable time? It's currently 6:02. I just need to learn how to use this. I want it to be PM. But this is military time. Goddamn. So 6 times 2 is 12. Hold on. No. Well, like, let's see. What's 1? That's like 13. Okay, 1 is fine. Publish. This episode will publish at scheduled time. Okay. So that's how you schedule things. Okay. Sorry for making you all wait for that. But I want to practice doing, like, scheduling things for the future. I'm going to get rid of that image. And I click on that. Okay, so this is what it will look like. Oh, okay, that's nice. I didn't do the hair very well. But that's fine. It's a concept art. Okay, so that looks fine. So I am going to delete that. Because that takes up space on my phone, I'm pretty sure. So doing that will definitely help. This isn't just behind the scenes for dystopian lovers. It'll probably also be behind the scenes for any other ones I do in the future. But let's do that. So then I've got that done with. Okay, it appears I'm good. I'm just gonna go here. Which, you wanna know what didn't work very well? Only this page. The other Twitch pages worked. All of the other things. Just this specific place, the video producer, would not scroll up or down. So I could not post videos from this device. I had to steal someone else's, but now it's finally working. So I'm going to end my stream because my phone's getting low battery, and also I've been doing this for like an hour. And I probably need a small break. I'll probably do another stream today, doing more. I don't know. My streaming schedule is weird. But now I'm streaming at like 6. So I'm actually thinking I'll edit my stream schedule. Because I'm not good at being able to tell when I can do it. think that's under channel. Oh, my Chromebook's about to die. Okay, I should probably figure this out. Okay, schedule is here. So, what's today again? Friday? So on Friday, let me edit the time. Why does it say 4 a.m.? That's weird. It is currently p.m., like 6:07 p.m. So I'm gonna say around 6 p.m. This will change a bit. For I'm not sure how long. Save. And I will be altering the times, but I'm trying to stream almost every day. But now I will go back to Video Producer. I will end the stream, and then I shall upload it. And I'll start the upload, and then I'll plug my Chromebook in because it's about to die. So, I'm actually gonna, go to YouTube. Bring up my videos and put that next to it. I guess it'll like bring me to YouTube Creator or whatever. And then through that, I'll be able to tell if the upload is successful, and I will check later just to make sure that it was successful, because there was one Among Us stream I did that did not successfully upload. And some really cool stuff happened, but now it's gone forever. I'm gonna go. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.